Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is video 3 of the parking app challenge. So today we will be configuring our views, forms, calculated columns, and also auto indexing to finish off our model driven app. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to go to our vehicles table and we will start customizing the views and the forms. So the first thing I'll do is I will actually go to views. I'll go to views. And if you remember the requirement, you have to go to active vehicle views and make some change. So what we have here is the vehicle name and the created on. I don't need the created on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that, just like so. I need the model, I need the make, and I also need the vehicle owner email. So that's what I need. I can leave everything as it is and I'll just save and publish it. So the first thing that we do is we do the views. And once that publishes, we will go to our forms. That's done. So that's our vehicle. And now what I'm going to do is I will go to my forms. And you could do this in any order that you like. I just like to do it in this order. The first thing I'll do is I'll go to quick view. And I'll make a couple of changes in here. If I haven't already changed it. Yeah, so yours might just be the vehicle name and then the owner when you first log in. But for a quick view, you don't have to do it for the assignment, but I like to put in the vehicle name, make, model, and vehicle owner. You just click on them and it will come here and then save it. I already saved that. I think I did it this one before. And now to the main thing. So for the vehicle table, we go to the main form and there are a few things that we have to do. So in our main form, we also need to have 2 subgrids. And in the subgrids, one is for parking request and one is for vehicle inspection table as well. So the first thing I like to do is I'm going to click on this one. So this is a general. As you can see on the right hand side, it says 1 column. I'm going to change that to 2 column. So that's it, 2 column, and I'll show you the reason to why I do that. The owner here, you don't really need it. It's not part of the requirement, so I'll just hide that. I will put the make, the model, and then the vehicle owner email as well. So I'll go make, model, vehicle owner email, and then I will also put the vehicle image as well. Now, the reason I made it into a 2 column is because I don't want it to be this long here because I'm going to insert a subgrid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it from here and then take it to this side. And as you can see, I have this side here, vehicle, make, model, and vehicle owner. And then on this side, I have the vehicle image as well. That just looks nicer. The second thing I will do is I need to put a subgrid. To do that, you just need to come here to components, you click on that one, and what you'll need to do is a 1 column section, just like so. It's right here. You click on it and you can change the name to parking inspection. So I will click on this one and I will, instead of new section, I'll just say parking inspections. So basically this will be, this will show my, this is like an associated view basically. This will show the parking inspections related. And then once I do that, I'll just click on it. I'll click subgrid, table, parking inspection vehicle. Always make sure you click on show related. And then the default view, what view do I want? I want the active parking inspection view. And all I have to do is done. Yeah, that's simple. And then here for the label, and as you can see, it just says parking inspection and created on because we haven't configured the view for parking inspection yet. But once we configure and customize the views, it will look so much different and nicer. So just click here on the label. I'll just say hide label. That way it just looks like this. You can add another subgrid here. You can click here and say 1 section column and then add the parking request subgrid. But it's just too many of them in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 1 column tab, just like so. As you can see, it says new tab, and I'll call this one parking request. It just looks nicer. And in this section here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a subgrid, and I will say the table that I want here will be the parking request here, and then I will get the, for now I'll just get the active parking request done. And where it says new section here, I will name it to parking request, and for this one here, I'll just hide the label. Now what we have is we have a general here, basically with a parking inspection subgrid, and then we also added another tab, a one column tab called parking request, and then we just inserted the other subgrid for parking request in here. It just looks nicer. And once you're done with that, just say save and publish. And with that, we have completed our parking inspection, our vehicle table. All right, now that we are in the parking request table, we can start customizing this one. So if you have read the document provided by the Power App program, you would know that the primary column of the parking request table needs to be auto numbering. So to do that, we need to go to the columns, and then we need to find the primary name column, which is a parking request name, as we already created it in the first video. And then from here, we will change the data type. So we will change it to auto number. The prefix, so with the prefix, if we go back here to the app, this is the data that we downloaded. So PR, that's the prefix for parking requests. And I believe we have 6 numbers. So we can, what we can do for the seed as well. So prefix will be PR for parking request. Minimum digit, we can leave it as 4. But for the seed request, let's put it to 1 million. So we'll just need to add 3 zeros. And that should be fine. So that's good to go. So the seed value is just for the numbering purposes. So every time that you request a parking, it will go from that 900,000, so on, so on. Okay, now we're done here. We'll need to go to views. And if you remember correctly, we will need to have 2 kind of views here for our parking request. So first, go click on active parking request. We don't need the created on, we will get rid of that one. What we will need is parking request name, parking request date and time, as we have it here. And also we will have the vehicle as well. So click on the vehicle as well. So as you can see, the data is already starting to come as well because we have the data. And what you need to do now is save and publish, but we're not done yet because we have another view that we need to create as well. So once that's save and publish, what you're going to do now is save as, because we're going to need to create another one, and that is active parking request today, because we'll need this one later on for our Canvas app as well. So this is the second view that we need to do. What we're going to do now is we are going to sort by, you can play around with it. You can leave it as by sort by parking request name, or you can do it by date as well. It's really up to you. I'll just leave it as it is. But another important thing here is the filter by. Because this is for the today, active parking request for today, we need to put that filter on. And that filter is going to be, we'll just need to come here, add a row. For sure it would be parking request time. Just give me a second, but I should be correct. Parking request date and time, it should equal to today. So we just need to go here and today. So parking request date time equals to today. Okay, and that's the filtering that we need. We don't need to change anything else. And as you can see, we didn't find anything to show you here. That's because we don't have any data for today. But once we start making requests for today, it will start showing up here. Once that's done, we just say save and publish, and we are done here. Well, not done for the whole thing, but we are done for this table. In terms of views, now we just go back, and I need to go. So we have active parking request and active parking request for today. That's good. And now we need to go to forms. So we'll go to forms, and in the form area, I'll start with the quick form. I just like to do that. You don't have to do this one, but I will just do this one. Quick view. And once that loads, it's taking a while to load, but yeah. So okay, parking request name, we need that one. The owner, I don't need this one, so I'll just hide it. And we will need parking request date time, and then we'll also need the vehicle lookup as well. And I think that's good enough. So we just save and publish this one. And after that's done, I will go to the main form. Yeah, the main form right here. Okay, so this is what we have. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually, you don't have to do this, but I just like doing this stuff. I'm gonna change it to a 2-column first. So there's 2 columns here. The owner field, I'll hide it because I don't need it. And what I need is the parking request name. I will need the vehicle. I'll also need the parking request date. I also need that. So this is what I need. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add a quick view here for the vehicle. So just make sure when you have a 2-column, just make sure that you click on the right side here. And what I'm going to do is I will go to components, and I'll say quick view. I'll go to vehicles and just say click information, done. And as you can see, I have a quick view here from the vehicle table. Once that's done, you are actually done with it. So you just say save and publish. And I'll go back. And we're actually done here. So that's all done. And I will go back to my parking inspection. All right, now that we are in our parking inspection table, there's one thing that we need to do first, and that is for in our column. Well, actually, 2 things that we need to do. So first thing is the primary inspection name. That also has to be an auto number. So we'll just come here to our primary name column for parking inspection name, and we'll change that to auto number. And if I just, for the prefix, if I just go here, and if I go to parking inspection, it's how it says if I go here, it says INSP, so that's for inspection, so that will be our prefix. So we'll just say INSP, minimum number, we can leave it as that, and then we'll just need to add 3 zeros, leave it at 1,000,000, that's good. So, and another thing that we have not created in our view, we need to display in the view that we have, we need to display the time that a parking was requested, and therefore we should be able to create a column for that we haven't already created. So I'll go here, new column, and I'll call this column a parking request date time. I'll just paste it here. And the data type that I want it to be is, I will leave it as a formula. So basically, we just want to know, it's a lookup to the parking request, and every time there's a parking request, it gets that time and then displays it on the view. And the formula would be, so parking request, you can put a single lines here. and parking request date time. So parking request date time, this is the one that we created before. So parking request date time, and that will give us that formula that we need. So I will save this one. And after I do this, I'll just go to the view. So I will show you what we're trying to achieve. So now from here, if I go to views, we'll go to active parking inspection, and then we'll just change. So created on, we don't need this. Remove, and I'll show you why we don't need it. So what do we need? We need vehicle, the vehicle lookup on the display. It shows us all the vehicles, and then we need the inspection date time. Do we have that? Yes, we have inspection date time here. And also we need parking request lookup right here. And after that, we just need that column that we just created, and that is the parking request date time. And as you can see, the parking request date time, it shows us when it was requested, when the parking was requested, and at one time. And this is a calculated column. Basically, we put that formula, calculates it, and then it displays it here. For your sort by, I will leave it as you could just leave it by inspection name. You can add more as well. You can say inspection name. You could also do inspection date time as well. It's up to you really. And then you will just save and publish this one. So this is your active view, but we also have to do another view that is active parking inspection for today. So what we're going to do is we're going to do save as, and then we're just going to add today here, and then we'll say save, and we'll leave everything as it is. We're just going to change the what we're going to change is the filtering, and I will show you how that looks like. So if I go to edit filter, well, that's done. So we just look at the inspection date time. So inspection date time right here. Actually, we need to, I'll just move from here. I don't want to remove this. So status equals active because we want it to be active, and then we add a row, and we'll say inspection date time equals to today, because this is for the today view. That's it, and we'll just save it and save and publish. And with that, we have done the two views that are required of us. And from here, I think what I'm going to do is I will go back outside of here, and then we'll go to the form. And the form, say, oh, should be somewhere here. Yeah, just right here. I'll start with the quick view. You don't really need to do the quick view. I just like doing them. It just makes look everything pretty. And especially when you're using model-driven app, because everything is data-centered. But if you can make it look nicer, then you would want to do that. The owner field, I don't really need that, so I'll get rid of it. What do I need? So the parking inspection name, I already have that. I will need the vehicle, and then I'll need the inspection date and time. And then I'll also need a parking request, and I also need parking request date time. Perfect. This is what I need, and I have all of them here. What I'm going to do is just save and publish. And then with that done, we just need to do one last thing, and that would be for our main form. If I go back, that's done. Yeah, so I will go to my, just a little slow. I'll go to my main form. And with my main form, the first thing I'll do is I will split it. So you just click here on the general. So you just want it to say general. I'm going to make it 2 columns. You don't have to make it 2 columns. I just like to do that. Owner field, I don't need that. I'll just hide it. Parking inspection inspection date and time, the vehicle lookup, and also the parking request lookup is what I need. And then on the right hand side here, because this is a 2-column section, I'm going to go to components, and then I'll add quick view. And for parking inspection, I want to add the quick vehicle table quick view, and also the parking request quick view as well. And that's why I like to create quick views, because you can just display them here. So the first one I want to do is the parking. You could do it however you want. I'm gonna do it with I could do parking request first, and then information. Done. Make sure you click on the right side as well, because you want it to come here. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to click just down here on the right hand, just underneath, just here. And then I'll insert another quick view. And that will be for the vehicle. And just click on information. And then done. So we should have the parking request information and also the vehicle information, and then on the left hand side you see that we have the parking inspection information as well. We'll say save and publish, and with that all our customization is done. Now I will go ahead and show you. I'll go back here. I'll go to my solution first, because I want to, so I'll go all here and I will publish all customization. And I'll show you how it looks like on the model driven app. So our model driven app is completely done now, and it should be working perfectly fine once it publishes all the customization. Yeah, so that's all done. And if we go here and I go to parking request, this is what it looks like. So this is the active parking request view. And then if I go to active parking request for today, parking request name, there's no data because we haven't created a parking request for today. But if we were to create one, for example here, vehicle name, actually this one here, the parking request name, I am going to disable that because we are not meant to be. I'm just going to lock it. I will go back and lock it because parking request. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. I'll go to parking request. Sorry, I should have done this before. And then I'll just go to my form. And the reason that we need to disable that, well, not disable it, but we need to lock it, is because the reason being because it is an auto index, like it's auto numbering. We don't actually need to do anything. It will automatically make a number for it. I'm not sure why this is not letting me. No, this is a classic view. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Tables, parking request, forms. Not the curve. I want to go to the main view. I'll just click on the parking request name and then I will lock it. I'll just make it read only. And then that way you're not able to edit it, and I'll just save and publish. And then once I go back to my model driven app, it shouldn't let me, I'll just refresh it, but it shouldn't let me edit anything. See how it's locked and you cannot write anything here, even if I click. Vehicle, we'll just choose any vehicle, ABC3, date and time. Today is the 13th, so I'll pick this time, and then I will pick, I don't know, 9 a.m. As you can see here, all the information, as soon as I choose the vehicle here on the lookup, all the information for that vehicle comes. So I'll just say save and close. Done. And then so you have active parking requests, and then active parking request for today. This is the vehicle that was created for 9 a.m. ABC123X vehicle, and that's how it shows you. Parking inspection, the same thing. Here's parking inspection view. And then parking inspection for today, there's none because we haven't created any. And if you wanted to create, all you have to do is this. and then it will bring it up. So same thing for the parking inspection as well, guys. I need to go back here. I need to go back to my so I'm done with this one, saved and published. But I'll go back to the parking inspection as well. I'll do the same thing because I just forgot to do that as well. But we'll go to forms. We'll go to the main form. And the reason I'm saying that is because this thing here, we shouldn't be able to write here. Not the vehicle name, but the parking inspection name here. We shouldn't be able to write here because that is also an auto number data type. So it should be able to be the computer, like the system will do it for us with the numbering. So I will just say lock or read only. You can do save and publish. Yeah, and it's doing that. And the reason I'm doing that is because, so if you go to parking request, for example, and we have done the same thing with parking request, but you see how it says PR 1 million? Basically, this is the number that it generates. And for parking inspection, it will generate inspection 99 or 1 million something, wherever the number might be. That's auto numbering. We don't actually need to write anything. So if I go to parking inspection now and I go new, and I shouldn't be able to write anything. And inspection date, let's just say today, the 13th, at 8 a.m. We'll leave it at that. And vehicle, we'll choose this one. Parking request, we don't actually need to do anything. And I'll say save and close. And if I go to active inspection for today, it should be here. And as you can see, insp 1 million, so inspection 1 million. And that's like, it does it auto number. So make sure that you just put it as read only. Vehicles as well. If I want to create a new one, I just need to create this. I just need to click on this. And then I can put the vehicle name, the whole thing. And then to put the image, vehicle image, first you have to save it. So I will basically just, so you can't do anything here on the vehicle because you have to save it first. So the vehicle name, I'll do 144 triple P. Make, we'll just say Toyota RAV4. Forget this is an optional field for the email, but if I just save this one, a new vehicle, and now I can go here, click here and choose file and then upload the image. You can also do that. So that is our model driven app. All done. Now all you have to do is just go to your solution and publish all customization, and then you're done, guys. The next video will be to create our canvas app, and I will see you there. Bye.